it's Bumbleberry. Welcome back to Seduce Me. So we're back. It's the second one. Anyway, Diana is very special, and the spirit is a little bit into Diana. And I'm resting. I'm going to either train or be killed. You know, kind of depends what my choices have led me here. Anyway, I'm glad you're all enjoying this so far. I didn't expect to see Saero and Diana in this room. I quickly ducked back around the corner and listened, not wanting to disturb them if they were talking. Wouldn't you be able to tell right from seeing them?
That damn little... How dare she...
My lady, please, calm down.
Wait, what? What was going on? Who are we gossiping about? Tell me.
No, Sero, it is not all right. That selfish brat had the nerve to...
Saero, please. I'm all right, I swear.
Is there? Is that his name?
Stop talking and let me finish.
Oh, that's her name. Her demon name. I forgot. Diana's harsh tone echoed through the hall out of the doorway before a soft sigh followed. I peered around the corner and watched as Diana ran her hand along Sero's cheek gingerly, tracing a mark on it with her fingers. Oh, did someone slap him? Radiant purple light emanated from her hand as Diana glided it back and forth over Sero's skin. Sero, however, had a small smile painted over his lips as he watched her work. He's like, yes, I have to get injured more often so I can get some lady love.
Damn her to the deepest pits of hell.
You're being too harsh, my lady.
Muskaya is being a selfish brat, Sero. I saved her from dying, and this is how she repays me? Ungrateful little...
I didn't understand what was happening. I was about to say, you could say that again, but I did say that. Anyway, but I could tell there was another woman involved. Someone named Buskia? What was really odd was that Diana was acting strange. She was upset over something a girl did to Sero. It was kind of cute, but it was not what I expected from Diana.
You're being adorable right now.
Diana suddenly stopped moving and looked up at Sero in surprise. A large blush splashed across her cheeks. Sero, growing bolder, gently lifted a hand up between them and placed it under her chin, lifting her head slightly.
I promise that I'm all right. She barely scratched me.
But she...
Loves her mistress very much, just like I do. She couldn't help it. I did try to surprise you after all. She was startled and wanted to protect you, just like I would have.
That's nice, Diana grumbled, pressing her lips into a fine line as she stared down at his chest. Oh, is he scratched there too?
She still attacked you.
Which I'm sure she's very sorry for. Let it go.
No. Sero moved his hand to cup Diana's cheek, rubbing his thumb gently across her cheekbone. Diana closed her eyes, but didn't lean into his hand.
You know, you didn't yell at me for saying your name.
My priority was not correcting you.
You were concerned about me.
Yes, I was. Why wouldn't I be?
Sero frowned a bit as Diana opened her eyes and looked up at him, trying to appear unfazed at his teasing. However, the blush that emanated from her face didn't lie.
Why are you concerned about me, Saero? You've protected me my whole life when it's my job to protect you.
No.
You didn't correct me again.
Ooh. Silence followed as Sero waited for her to answer. I was curious myself, especially since she seemed to not reciprocate Sero's feelings. Diana closed her eyes and took a small breath before finally replying.
I care about you, Sero. You've been by my side ever since we were mere children. Every time you've gotten hurt,
You what? I watched in awe as Diana brought a hand up and ran her fingers along the scar on his chest between the lapels of his jacket. Sero started as Diana traced around her face painted in sadness.
I know you vowed to protect me with your life, but that doesn't mean you must accept every wound on your body as insignificant.
That's a good point. Diana closed her eyes, forming a fist against Sero's chest and clenching it hard. The scar must have had some significance to make her that upset. I bit my lower lip. I was watching this unfold, unsure of what to do. Should I leave them be? Should I interrupt? I did have to train. I'm sure they know that I'm here. I don't know. I'll just be like, hello. Awkwardness. Let's step in and be awkward. I had to train. I couldn't hide forever, and who knew how long this would take. Plus, last time, she totally knew I was standing in the corner and it backfired. I took a breath before turning the corner and stepping into the room, breaking the silence of the room with my footsteps.
I should.
Diana looked up at Sero before shaking her head, making Sero frown even deeper.
I should go. The incubi will be waiting for me if they're not already training.
Without a second look, Diana turned on her heel and walked away, leaving the room. Oh, he he said, just sad puppy. He watched as he left, staring at the back of her head until it vanished beyond the doorframe. I looked over and finally walked towards Sero, not wanting to interrupt his gaze with my presence.
She really can't see it.
She doesn't know you love her? Sero finally turned to look at me with his eyes drowned in hopelessness. It was almost heartbreaking to see his face so heavy and downtrodden. He seemed to have completely confided in me with his new expression because I was positive that this was an emotion he hid very well from mostly everyone. Sero finally looked to the ground.
My lady doesn't understand love. She's always been told that love for her is impossible because of who she is, no matter how much she dreams of it. Because of that, she can't recognize it, even when it's standing right in front of her.
Well, to be honest, I am her true love, obviously, from the last playthrough of Seduce Me. Don't say anything. I don't know. There has to be a way, or that's her loss, or don't say anything. Maybe. I don't know. I won't say anything. What do I know? I really couldn't say anything about it. Their relationship was not my concern, as heartless as that sounded. All I wanted was to defeat the Demon Lord and go home. I felt a little bad, but I knew where my priorities were. After a brief moment, Sero let out a sigh, closing his eyes. Oh no, the relentless trainer is back. Without having anything to say to me, he stepped back and summoned his spear. That was a fast turnaround. He placed a foot behind him and prepped himself into a stance. Wait, wasn't he going to materialize my weapons? How was I... Sero suddenly charged at me, making me screech and dodge out of the way. What was he doing? Sero?
What are you waiting for? Summon your weapons!
What? He wasn't being serious, right? He expected me to use magic? That was impossible, except it's not. As I managed to duck and dodge his attacks, my fingertips began to tingle. Energy rushed through my veins under my skin, tickling my nerves. It was unnatural, but somehow I felt comfortable with it. Was this truly magic at work, or was I just nervous, not wanting to be skewered? Try, obviously. Oh, it was timed. Dang. I had to try. I jumped away from Sero and quickly closed my eyes, focusing on my hands. I needed my weapon. From my hands formed two lavender orbs circling around my hands. They glistened before finally shifting and forming into the guitars I was used to. Gripping it and feeling it physically in my hand, I smirked and turned back towards Sero, bracing for another attack. Hurry. I couldn't help but smirk as I stepped forward and practically backhanded his spear with the gauntlet of my guitar, making it bounce away from my body and leaving his own body open for attack. Like a repeated memory, I attacked him, clashing my weapons with his multiple times. The chime of our weapons smashing against each other rang through the room, the sound almost piercing my mind. It wasn't a noise I was ever going to be used to. Like the last time, we trained for hours on end, stopping once or twice for a break. However, I could feel my body slowly getting used to the feeling of swinging a weapon and defending myself. At least I would be prepared in case something were to happen. As the sun began to set and the purple sky began to darken, we stopped once again for a third and most likely final break. Sero stretched and let out a small yawn as I did the same. I think I'm getting used to this. A chuckle escaped Sero's throat as he rose from one of his stretches. What stopped both of us from laughing was an echoed conversation in the hall softly reverberating into the room. Huh?
Are you sure? Another kingdom wants to join the rebellion?
Yay.
It would seem so. Diana isn't happy about it, though.
Why not? The leader of that kingdom is so handsome!
Who is it? Is it one of my guys?
He was indeed, but an alliance through marriage?
No way.
Oh, come on! You can't tell me I'm the only one who can see it!
I don't think she will marry him, despite he was indeed.
Oh, come on! You can't tell me I'm the only one who can see it! I can see them being a beautiful king and queen!
What?
I don't think she will marry him, despite it being a wise choice.
Do you think she likes Sero?
She would be stupid not to!
She might be.
Well, the last time she signed her life away to marriage, her entire family was killed off while she was away. I don't think she could ever let marriage control her again.
Oh my god.
I guess... Man, the only person she has now is that guard.
Excuse me, he is quite nice. My curiosity took a hold of me and caused me to hug the wall near the door, listening in further. Sero, however, remained where he was, looking towards the ground.
I wonder how they met. He's not an incubus, but he's mega powerful.
He is indeed very skilled. I'm slightly jealous of her for having such a devoted guard.
Aww.
Devoted? He's crazy! I've heard them talk in private before. He keeps saying that he's in love with her. Love!
She's like, are you serious? It's like, okay. It's like I don't know, they've been childhood friends. Like, it makes sense. Do demons not fall in love ever? They just
That
kind of do
is
the
very
nasty.
odd. However, I wouldn't be surprised if her natural aura has affected him after years of servitude. I believe he's been with her since they were children, so that's over 100 years of protecting her and being
Yeah!
I'm being close.
He's
Sorry.
probably just enthralled by her. She enthralls everyone she meets.
I don't think so.
pure-blooded succubus will do that. At least she's the only pure-blooded demon of Lilith in the world.
That we know of at least.
The conversation trailed off as the pair moved away from the room, and I looked back at Sero, seeing him grip his spear and grit his teeth. He didn't seem to like what Rabbit and Faye had to say. Sero? Are you okay? Sero looked up at me, a dull glaze over his eyes. From the expression on his face, I could tell that he had heard things like that before, but it still seemed to affect him emotionally. I frowned and walked over to him as he shook his
What
head.
they said about her marriage was true. When the Demon Lord's heirs left the demon world, my lady left to go after them. However, while she was gone, the Demon Lord attacked this castle.
I watched as Sero gripped his spear even tighter than before, shutting his eyes and turning his head away from me, almost in shame.
The Demon Lord's henchmen, the imp demons who brought you here, infiltrated our defenses and were able to reach the heart of the castle, where my lady's parents and unborn baby sister were hiding. Through some form of blood magic, they were able to break through the protective barriers around the room and...
And? Oh, was he responsible for their deaths? I mean, not really. But the heavy weight in my gut acknowledged what he was going to say before he could speak it. I looked to the floor, suddenly feeling very sorry for Diana. She lost her entire family while she had been in the human world trying to save them. It was too cruel. Sero let out a shaky sigh before he looked back up to me.
When my lady returned, she vowed to seek vengeance and destroy the Demon Lord's tyranny. She formed the rebellion, and now, here we are, readying ourselves for the final battle. Everyone only sees the hard-faced, cutthroat queen of the rebellion when they look at her, as if she were unable to love or care.
Hey, she can do it. No, I played Seduce Me 1. Sero's hand reached up for his collar where a beautiful purple rose charm hung. His fingers ran over the surface as he smiled to himself.
However, Saero is still the sweet and innocent girl I grew up with. She's still the woman who saved me and protected me from a fate worse than death. I know deep down that the love I feel for her is pure and true. I vowed to protect her with my life, and I will forever stand by that promise.
Okay.
It's just difficult to hope that one day things may change, and that the one you love may turn around and say they love you in return.
Well, if she says she doesn't love you, like, get over it, kind of. Like, I don't know. But you have to serve her the rest of your life, so that's awkward. I think you need to turn your attentions elsewhere, dude. I don't think he needs to prove his love for her. Now may not be the best time to hope for that. Probably not. I don't know what to say. I really wasn't sure what I could say. There were so many insurmountable things in his way, I wasn't sure if I was even able to help. I waited patiently until he finally took a deep breath and smiled at me.
Let's just continue, shall we?
Yeah. I nodded, taking up my weapon again and preparing our final sparring match. I entered my room, thinking about what Diana had said to me in the morning. If I drained myself of energy, then the spirit wouldn't have the power to appear in my dreams. But did I want to do that? Eric appeared in my room like, hello, did you need sex? No, I'm sorry. Ignore me, I did not say that. He appeared soon after, exhausted as ever. I continued to ponder as Eric sat down on the bed and stretched.
Another long day. How was your day, love?
My mind continued to ponder. I had to make a choice. Did I care if the spirit appeared in my dreams? Let me think about it. Like, I don't actually care if the spirit appears in my dreams, but let's give him my energy so that, like, you know, our relationship stays awesome. I needed rest without bizarre dreams. The spirit needed to stop controlling me and enticing me with its emotions. The question was how to give Eric my energy. I could easily sleep with him and give him my energy through sex, but I wanted our sex to be about the mood, not a means to an end. I looked to Eric and stared, taking in every detail of him. Eric?
What is it?
Pull him to you. I gently moved and wrapped my arms around Eric, surprising him.
Princess?
Yes? I ignored his surprise and nuzzled my head against his chest. I desperately wanted to give him my energy, so I made myself as close as could be. Accepting my affection, Eric chuckled softly and patted my head, wrapping up his free arm around me and laying back. It was surprisingly a peaceful night. What? What? I woke up alone? I'm going back. Forget it. Ridiculousness. Forget about it. I'm gonna don't and just rest. I need to... What? Wait, I said not to give him my energy, weirdos.
I thought I was going to lose you that day.
Oops, I accidentally went back too far when I was loading, and if I let them finish...
But you stepped in.
I did. That was the day before you signed your life away to me. A stupid decision.
I stared wide-eyed as Sero cupped Diana's cheek and forced her to look up at him, making her gasp and meet his gaze in surprise.
Stop. I won't let you think that my decision was a mistake.
Diana closed her eyes and leaned her cheek ever so slightly against Sero's hands, making him visibly inhale a breath of surprise.
I don't think I will ever understand you. Even after all of these years, I still don't understand your devotion.
Neither do I, man. I mean, just kidding. She's pretty awesome. Diana let out a small smile before stepping away and looking at Sero with a serious expression.
I should go. The boys will be waiting for me to train them, and your student will be here soon.
Without letting him reply, she turned and walked away. She froze for a second as I was passing her in the hall. That's hilarious. She knows I was there.
She really can't see it.
Nope. All right, we'll continue this. Hey, come on, Eric. Don't be your pervy self. I needed the rest. There we go. I was fine with the spirit being present in my dreams. I could handle its emotions and control myself there at least. I let out a small yawn and began to sink into the bed. My exhaustion fueled my journey towards slumber. The darkness of my mind once again welcomed me with the spirit laying on the ground.
Hello.
Hi, what's up? Hello again. A third night with the spirit seemed awkward enough. What was I supposed to say? What did the spirit want? It was simply laying against the ground, unmoving. My curiosity traveled to what it had said when Diana took my energy. Do you know about Diana? The spirit, however, didn't speak. What was wrong? Eric hadn't come into my dream yet, so I decided to ask another question. What did the Demon Lord do to you?
He killed me and hurt me.
It was obvious that the spirit hated him, much like I did, but something about its wording was off. He killed it and hurt it? Why in that order? Was this spirit not a new spirit, but one that had been wandering for years? Well, I know he killed all his wives, but I doubt he had, like, a kid wife, you know? Did he kill you first?
Yes. He killed me. Then he hurt me before releasing me.
What does that mean? I'm so sorry. The spirit didn't speak again. Whatever I wanted to say fell on empty ears. Even as Eric appeared. Okay. Well, at least I learned more. Come on in, whoever's knocking. You? I was not expecting this. What? The man who presented himself at the door.
What's wrong?
The Demon Lord? Oh no, is that Eric? Get away from me! I scrambled back away from the Demon Lord, instantly recognizing him. I found myself against the wall, grabbing the nearest object and chucking it at him. If this was going to turn into a fight, then I would attack after I beamed him with whatever I threw at him. To my surprise, a purple tendril reached up from the ground in front of him and smacked the object away. How did he have Eric's power? It's Eric! The spirit or the Demon Lord is making you think it's him.
What the? Love, what's wrong?
It's Eric! Stop attacking him, you stupid Mika! Oh my gosh. Why was the Demon Lord calling me love? You are so dumb. Calm down. Something was off. He wasn't attacking me or doing anything other than standing in place. His face was painted with worry as well, an expression I would never have imagined seeing on the Demon Lord. I held my head and closed my eyes, trying to calm down. This had to be the spirit's doing. Just another trick. Stop it.
Princess, what's going on?
Eric, yay! You're back. I opened my eyes again to see Eric with a face etched with worry and panic. And the tentacle by his head was the object I had thrown at him, but he stood where the demon lord was. How? I buckled down onto my knees and curled over myself, wrapping my arms around my body. This was too frightening, too real. What was happening? Oh, stupid spirit, I am not pleased with you right now. I see you lurking in the background. I looked up to see the spirit floating silently behind Eric before fading away. I knew it, but how was the spirit supposed to make Eric look like the demon lord? It was a twisted method if it was trying to get me to like it. Eric knelt down and gently wrapped his arms around me, nuzzling my head.
Shh. It's okay.
I barely noticed that I was shaking and whimpering. I couldn't really stop myself. The man who had trapped me here appeared before my eyes all of a sudden. Then he vanished into the man I sworn to love. Eric kissed the top of my head. Eric kissed the top of my head.
The spirit must be playing tricks on you again. We'll remove it soon enough. I promise.
Thanks, Boo. I nodded, believing in what Eric said. This would only last for a short while. Then the spirit would be gone. Yay! And then Diana's going to train me. So I guess we'll find out what's happening with this spirit next time. I hope you guys have been enjoying. I'm doing a bit of traveling this week, so my uploads may be a little bit irregular. Oh, and what do you think the Demon Lord did to this kid? I still don't know who it is. Do you have any hints? I'm just trying to think who it is. I still think it's like the child, like one of Damien's friends or something. I don't know, because she seems very anti-sons of the Demon Lord. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Hope you have a great day and take care. Bye. Stay sweet.